Welcome to the Racetracks Motocross Show on AllySports.com, a historic weekend for the sport. Retro weekend celebrating 30 years of AMA Pro Motocross at Washougal, and also back-to-back live motos on speed. Great day of celebration. We'll go to the 250 class for this show, and hey, we changed a lot of things at Washougal Live TV and all, but it doesn't matter in the results column. Trey Kennard can't be stopped.
One name, Trey Kennard. He just hammered him down today. No one could touch Trey today. No one. He whole-shotted both motos and checked out, bottom line.
Absolutely. We thought Christophe Pourcel was ready to give him a run, and it almost happened, as you'll find out in highlights from today's racing. Go to the 250 class, moto number 1. Trey Kennard, Dean Wilson battling for the whole shot, and Kennard is just going to edge him out. Wilson's going to try to run him down, Kenny.
Yeah, Wilson was on it. He was riding great. He was up front, and looks like he ran into a little bad luck there.
He goes down. He goes outside the top 10, and that's the same story for Christophe Pourcel. A bad start in the first moto. Normally, the first moto, everything goes his way.
Yeah, he came from way back, and you know who really surprised me was the 17. You know, he was on it. Yep. Barsha was coming through the pack and looked like he had some bike problems, and he had to pull off, but he was on it, and you know, second moto he looked like he did pretty good too, but
just some bad luck for the 17 today. Yeah, he had bike problems there.
Bad luck for sure.
So Pourcel is going to rally all the way up to second, and Jake Weimer in third. Jake Weimer is finally starting to come around.
Weimer, solid. He rode solid today. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, he could probably call this his home track if there's a home track for him. Coming from Idaho, I'm sure he grew up racing here, and you know, he came out here. He had a lot of supporters out here today for sure. Okay, so Barsha had some mechanical problems, and Wilson had the crash early. Wilson would come all the way back to 6th. Wharton would be 4th. Wharton 5th. Rattray 4th. But Christophe Pourcel would get all the way up to the number 2 position. That's going to set up a nice little showdown in Moto 2 between he and Kennard. Dude, I was watching him, and he was making passes 4 corners before he even passed him, setting people up. It was amazing to watch that guy ride the way he rode today.
Yeah, he got up into second, set up a nice battle with Kennard in Moto 2, but there's no catching Kennard in Moto 1. He was gone from the start. Moto number 2, the exact same start as Moto 1. Wilson and Kennard edges him out. Kennard was on a mission.
Crazy, picture perfect. You could have, you know, rolled back the first moto and you wouldn't even know the difference.
So Kennard has the early lead, and then Wilson again falls early in the moto and is going to have to work his way back up.
Yeah, Dino went down again. It was the kid had a tough week, and I was talking to him in between races, and he had ice on his fingers and said his hands hurt from getting roosted. And I go, hey, you know what we do in America when that happens? We use hand guards. And he's like, ah, no, I don't want him. So I said, don't cry then.
So this sets up the battle we wanted. Pourcel gets up to second early, and he's ready to duke it out with Kennard. But Kennard just started pulling away.
Check out. See you later. Consistent. He was, I mean, Fro called a great race. I mean, if you watched him, he was going around all the bumps. He was jumping and using lines that he was being really creative out there, bottom line.
Now, Pourcel claims that he had a clutch problem. He said he got hit on the clutch cable with a rock, and that made the cable come loose. And that's obviously pretty tough to ride a 250 without a clutch, if that's the case.
I would think so. Without the le clutch, you have big problems.
At one point, his teammate Tyler Rattray in third would put some pressure on, but Pourcel will pull back away from him. And then more tough luck for Justin Barsha, who would crash early also. And it was a tough day all day for Barsha.
Yeah, I think, you know, Barsha's fast. We all know that. I think sometimes you got to, you know, slow down to go fast. And I think when he figures that out, I know he was, you know, he's moving camps. He was working down there at the Millsap facility, and it looked like he's moving on. So hopefully he has some big things to come from him.
We'll see if that changes things up. So Kennard just yards everybody in the second moto just like he did in the first. He's going to go 1-1 in the day for the first time in his career. That's 3 overall wins in a row. Pourcel and Rattray going to round out the podium.
It's been going good and a lot better than last year. So I'm up front racing for the win, for the podiums. So just really happy to be healthy in the second part of the season, whereas last year I broke my thumb. So yeah, coming out to Washougal, this is a really beautiful place with the trees and everything, and yeah, I went 4-3 for third overall, and track was pretty sketchy with the shadows. You couldn't really see the bumps and the ruts and the jumps, so for me to come away with third overall, I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah, second moto, I don't know, I had no clutch, and I think I hit a rock and on the first lap, and just my cable went out, and I didn't get anything. I was just trying and fixing it, but nothing, and then I rode like first gear in all the small corner to just keep my speed, and I was like first gear and then second, third, fourth, so I was kind of crazy, and to just slow down I was like just shifting all my gear down, so it was fun to just ride like that and finish second, and just feel confident for next weekend.
I was struggling in the beginning of the series. I mean, obviously, I switched up some things with my program, and I think that really helped a lot. I got to credit a lot of it to Timmy Ferry. You know, he's a great guy. You know, I'm really happy that I met him, and happy that I'm working with him. He's you know, he just doesn't help me with you know, racing. He's just a good guy. You know, as someone I can call and you know, have good conversation with. So I think I gotta credit a lot of that to him, and he, you know, he helped me kind of believe. You know, help me get past that hump, and you know, that was big, just to get a little momentum going.
All right, Trey Canard is on fire. He's within 38 points of Purcell now. He's made up almost 20 in the last 2 weeks.
38.
Yeah, magic 38. Can you believe that?
Okay.
Is he seriously in contention for this title with 4 rounds to go?
I think so,
Yep.
but I also think that Purcell is been in this situation before, and I think he's learned a lot from last year. And I think he's not going to go out and ride over his head or do anything stupid. And I think he's just going to gather as many points every weekend that he can without throwing it away. My prediction.
So, okay, you're calling it.
I'm calling it. There was another guy on this show that liked to call a lot of things, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to call it.
Okay. They get 2 weeks off. You've been in this situation before, managing your riders. What do you tell your guys to do with 2 weeks off? Rest, train, work? What do they do?
It matters. I mean, if you leave here on a positive note and you can leave with a strong, you know, a strong race, you know, I say, you know, keep the morale up and just keep doing what you're doing, and maybe relax and don't kill yourself like you would, you know, during the week to get back out there. But most of it, you know, it's pretty much it's the same deal. I think the guys are still going to go out and do their routine every week, and then when they get back, they're going to be, you know, right where they need to be. They just didn't go racing that weekend, so I think things will be good.
All right, doesn't really change things huge.
Nah, not at all.
All right, cool. All right, well, we'll see if Canard can make it 4 in a row. We'll be off for 2 weekends, and then we'll be back at Unadilla. So join us there. It's Kenny Watson. I'm Jason Wygant. That's your 250 wrap-up. Race Rex Motocross Show.
See you at the Thrill at the Dilla.